How's it going, everybody? It's Sandwich Pants here today, and I kind of wanted to just go over a little bit of stuff. I'm just going to riff about ChudLogic a bit. I've watched very little of their content, but they are somebody who is, they occupy part of the leftist space here. So having them be an antagonistic, lying asshole is something that I find to be a problem. Essentially, from my understanding of this entire situation, ChudLogic got upset, we'll say, that Xander Hall and Vosh and Demon Mama and a few other people called him out for, well, basically just defending a super bigoted editor. I wonder. Yeah, his editor was racist. Yo, Demon Mom. Okay. Yep. Another deranged lefty scorns ChudLogic. Yeah, Chud. Yeah, so much bullshit. Okay. Let's go here.
Some of you guys may know of ChudLogic. I used to consider myself quite good friends with ChudLogic, and I, in fact, did a video a bit ago about my relationship with ChudLogic and how we sort of started splitting and going our own ways. When I first came to this space, ChudLogic was very supportive of me, and I spent a lot of time actually as my channel grew. I spent more time hanging out with ChudLogic. We became friends. We talked about all kinds of stuff. We would shoot the shit. We would play a lot of games together. We would talk about drama, etc., etc., etc. And as time went on, his content took a very different philosophy, a very different turn. He used to describe himself as a Marxist. He used to describe himself as a communist, in fact, at various points. And as we can tell, that is certainly, as most people will know, that is certainly no longer the case. He doesn't really stand by either of those identities, despite that being what he kind of built his stream on initially. We split and started going separate ways because he was very, very avidly partnering with a content creator named Mr. Girl. Mr. Girl
is a pedophile. I'm not going to mince words here. Other people might. Mr. Girl is a pedophile. Somebody who fantasizes about having sex with children. Mr. Girl is not somebody who should be given the time of day. Mr. Girl needs fucking therapy. And yeah, I remember ChudLogic very quickly attaching himself to Mr. Girl for some reason, along with Destiny. Pretty fucking weird.
Of course, being the content creator who wrote the song, and I'm going to quote the title of the song, "I Am a Pedophile." That is Mr. Girl who wrote that song, and also Mr. Girl who goes around the internet doing defense, rhetorical defense for pedophiles, which I think is disgusting. Now, I have talked to Mr. Girl exactly once, and other than that, I have had zero interest or desire, and I have actively refused to participate in any.
Mr. Girl has changed the names of all of his songs, huh? Because this didn't used to say, "I kill."
other thing besides the one thing that I had a conversation with Mr. Girl as a part of a charity stream, and the only reason I even did that was because his fans paid a lot of money to the charity, directly to the charity, in order to make that conversation happen, and we talked about gender. So, ChudLogic and I started going our own separate ways over Mr. Girl, basically. And he had a different approach to the way that he wanted to do content. And sometime around that point, he hired an editor. An editor by the name of DK, aka Drift King Edits. Now, I've done a video on DK already. I did a video reacting to a conflict between DK, ChudLogic, and another content creator that many of us are familiar with by the name of President Sunday. I've talked about DK in the past. I do not think highly of DK. In fact, I think about as lowly of DK as is humanly possible. I think DK is a terrible and dangerous person in the sense that he is incredibly emotionally immature, unstable, and has been given a certain slice of power over ChudLogic's community. Now, he's not dangerous to me or to any of you because you're not a part of ChudLogic's community. But what many people don't know about DK, aka Drift King's Edits, or Drift King's edits, yeah, is that he actually threatened to leak personal and private information to what he implied were doxing forums. That he actually not just threatened the entirety of ChudLogic's mod team at the time, who have mostly resigned, but also the entire membership of the ChudLogic Discord. We covered this in my previous video where I said that this is like an actually dangerous thing that should be taken seriously. Needless to say, ChudLogic has continued to employ Drift King Edits, and Drift King Edits has continued to be an unstable and immature and strange individual. Now, recently, Drift King's Edits decided to take shots at a online figure that many of us know and love by the name of White Nervosa. For those who don't know, White Nervosa is a programmer who helped create the site format that me, Xanderhall, Keffels, Shoe on Head, Vosh, and many other people use. It's called White Forest. White Forest is a co-op that has created a fork of a small open source project that has grown into a much larger project, and the features that you enjoy on the website, the chat, the emotes, the easy donations, all of that sort of stuff, being able to change your pronouns, all of that was created by White Nervosa. Now, yeah, the serfs, just a lot of people. White Nervosa has helped create the websites of a lot of people, the tools that make the website possible. I don't want to get too much into technicals. Now, Drift King's Edits, DK, who works for ChudLogic, and let's just be clear, ChudLogic is aware of the way that his editor behaves, his editor and Discord admin behaves, and doesn't seem to really concerned by it. In fact, he seems to be doubling down right alongside of DK. But DK went after White Nervosa the other day, and let me just grab these screenshots for you real quick, so you can see the type of stuff that was being said to White Nervosa by DK. Hold on, I've got all of them right here. I'm gonna just bring these up real quick. Let me just grab this real quick. I'm gonna get them all up in advance so we can just go through them one by one and take a look at it real quick. Yeah, here's the document. Okay, all right, here we go. This is all of the.
This is the best stuff to start out with. Thanks, Demon Mama. You and I have actually had our disagreements in the past, but at the same time, I really like your content. I think you're a smart lady. I really like some of the people in your community, such as Gayfesh. I absolutely love Gayfesh. Such a great person. Probably one of the best people, most prominent people in your community that I know about. You get along with Vosh, you get along with Zan, you never really got along with Shu, and that's fine. I also don't really like Shu. But there's a lot that we could agree on, Demon Mama and I.
Stuff. All right, so we're gonna go through these sort of one by one, and I'm just gonna show you. Okay, here we go. So,
I do want to check my sound though. Saying asshole is something that I find to be a problem. Essentially, most prominent people in your community that I know about. You
Still
get
quiet,
along
eh?
with Wash, you get along with Zan, you never really got along.
Here's the first one, I believe. I believe this was the inciting incident. Yeah, here we go, okay? So, here we go. Here we go. So, Drift King's editing says, I'm not really sure what's going on, but Andrew Callahan definitely didn't rape that young lady. And then Drift King's wrote it again and said, I'm not really sure what's going on, but Andrew Callahan definitely raped that young lady. So he's making two jokes about the Andrew Callahan situation, okay? And White Nervosa responds, I'm out of my mind, and added ChudLogic. Irrational Chad, but is there any reason you're paying a person who felt the need to tweet this twice? Are you too lazy to find another editor, or are they doing it for scraps off the plate so that it's worth it? Is there no connection you feel whatsoever? So what White Nervosa was saying is, why the fuck are you employing a guy who's making jokes about, like as your editor, is just making jokes about the an ongoing situation of, like, where there are active, credible allegations of rape, and this guy's making a joke of it. Personally,
Because DK Edits and ChudLogic both suck. They are both fucking terrible people. I haven't ever seen ChudLogic say anything. Granted, I mostly was on Twitter around ChudLogic. Never watched a ChudLogic video. Mostly aware of ChudLogic thanks to Twitter, and I've never seen ChudLogic say anything that I thought was actually, like, even mildly based. You know? So, ChudLogic has always kind of been, as their name suggests, a chud. They are a fucking chud. They're a loser.
Okay, no. They are of Osiris.
Kind of put it out in the open with the name.
I don't think White Nervosa is out of line by asking that. I think that that's a reasonable thing for people to be concerned about, given that, well, just keep in mind, we just did, all of you who are here now and who are in the live stream, some of you who are watching this later maybe won't have been, but we just did an entire segment going through all of the evidence, and let's just say the case is very, very, very strong against Andrew Callahan. And Andrew Callahan, it wasn't just one person, so I can understand why people would be frustrated with that sort of comment coming from an editor, okay? Let's continue real quick, okay? And White Nervosa has me blocked. So although they are acting as though they are talking to me, they are actually virtue signaling to their followers. It's very simple. I will never kowtow to the gay, retarded sensibilities of leftoids. Now, let me remind you once again that I would say about a year ago, ChudLogic was online being one of the leftoids that he is so angry about here. He's not too far from his history of being a literal Marxist. But as you can see, as far as behavior is concerned, ChudLogic is totally trying to go to the opposite direction, okay? We're gonna continue, and I'm gonna show you another one that has been shown in this conflict. I wanna be able to outline the conflict for you so you understand where this goes, okay? So, White Nervosa then tags...
Oh, and yeah, no, ChudLogic right there. I will never bow down to the sensitivities and sensibilities of retarded leftists. Well, guess what, buddy? I've never met a leftist who has had brain damage as you. So we're gonna have to kind of... there's two of them. So yeah, if ChudLogic wants to go around calling lefties retarded, like, buddy, take a look at your fucking self. I'm sorry, but I've never met a lefty who's as dumb as you.
Twitch and Twitch support, and says, Twitch support has explicitly told me that it is okay that the partnered channel, ChudLogic, has called me, another Twitch partner, a gay retard. Take that as you will and do as you wish off platform as long as it's not an imminent threat. So, as we all know, it is actually very much against the Twitch TOS to use, to target another Twitch partner, or anyone for that matter, but especially a literal coworker, as far as coworkers can be concerned, with this type of language. So apparently Twitch did not take that seriously, and White Nervosa simply wanted to talk about that. And while I can understand people being frustrated or thinking that this is across the line or whatever, I have to say, I mean, White Nervosa just said that Twitch didn't respond, or that Twitch did not respond or ban anybody. No one has been banned here. White Nervosa is simply making the case that if you are going to make jokes about rape and then you are going to call a fellow partner, Twitch partner, a gay, retarded leftoid, you might be in violation of the TOS that Twitch has put out. And people have gotten in trouble for much less. As you all know, I was falsely reported and also cleared of those of a false ban as a result of people falsely reporting me for calling myself the F-slur. And of course, it continues. So let's continue with this. White Nervosa is a disgusting freak who has demonstrated with the Rose Wrist situation that they are willing to abuse whatever pathetic measure of power they have access to. Now they are making a concerted effort to deplatform me from Twitch because I was mean to them on Twitter. And then Carissa Avalone says, did you call them a gay retard? And of course the answer is, well, yes, he did. So maybe if you didn't want to get in trouble with the TOS of the website that you make your money on, you should not do things that are out of the TOS of the website that you make your money on. It's
Fucking true. Now, I'm on YouTube over here, so anything I say is perfectly fine. I'm also not partnered, so it doesn't really matter too much. However, because I am somebody who values being a decent person, the kind of language that ChudLogic is using is only something I use self-referentially about myself around people that I know will find the humor in it. We're not out here running around calling people R slurs and you know, homophobic slurs and shit. But ChudLogic over here, Mr. Oh yes, I'm a Marxist, I'm a leftist, blah 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 blah, and then within like a year and a half, oh fuck all these lefties. Yeah, he's following the exact same path that people like Destiny did, the grift into the right wing content. Although I don't think Destiny grifts, I think he's just fucking spiteful. Destiny's also very stupid in my opinion. And it's mostly the contrarianism that makes him very stupid. Because he'll have said something smart at one point, and then when a lefty says the same thing, it's immediately wrong. So
it seems kind of obvious to me by and large. So, you know, there's this right here. Now, personally, I think that describing White Nervosa as a disgusting freak is really across the line. I think that's unfair. I don't think that anything here is disgusting freak behavior. I think White Nervosa is frustrated with the continual issues with your editor. Now, of course, ChudLogic here makes some references to a situation with Rose Wrist. Let me just explain the Rose Wrist situation.
this I have no idea about. All I know is I've seen Vosh and Rose Wrist talk, and Rose Wrist seemed to act as like a proxy for Destiny in some ways. But yeah.
For those who were not here for that, Rose Wrist was a very small content creator who at one point operated a White Forest website. Now, many people don't know anything about the internal operations of White Forest, and I wouldn't expect you to, but White Forest is a co-op that does not charge people for hosting. White Forest selects streamers that they believe in and does not charge them for hosting the websites. Now, that can actually become quite a large expense, and as a result, White Forest has a rule that if your website is not active for an extended period of time, your website will basically stop being hosted until you are active again. Now, as it turns out, Rose Wrist was long overdue past that dead zone. The website was still being hosted, but Rose Wrist had not streamed to his website in some time, in well over the pre-stated amount of time. In addition, Rose Wrist, this content creator, was boasting on social media about having contributed to a harassment manifesto, and that is what it was. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There was a manifesto that was written about Keffels, myself, and my partner Doe, who doesn't even stream at the moment, a manifesto designed to spread extremely obvious low-level disinformation and drive harassment at us that made absurd claims about our behavior and definitively lied about us. And Rose Wrist was...
I actually did not know about this. Holy shit. Okay, so Rose Wrist kind of being a piece of shit. How could you go after Demon Mama, Doe, or Keffels? Okay, Demon Mama I can kind of get. You going after Demon Mama, I mean, if it's truthful, if you've got disagreements on substance or something along those lines, then I can see going after Demon Mama. I can't really see it with Keffels, because Keffels is like super based and cool and really chill. And Doe is one of the best people on any of these platforms, any of these fucking hellhole platforms. Doe is super based. Yeah, just going after. It's almost like going after fucking Lumiru. How do you do that? How do you even bother to summon up the emotional energy to go after somebody like Lumiru, Doe, Keffals? Like how?
Boasting about having contributed significantly to this document. Now, something you'll notice that I just said there is that Hippie Punk says, wait, so Rose Wrist wasn't paying a dime? Nope, Rose Wrist wasn't paying a dime. Now, real quick, I just want to point out, myself, Doe, and Keffals are all three members, we're all three hosted by White Forest. And it's kind of odd for another member of White Forest to be participating in the creation of a harassment manifesto, and yes, it was called a manifesto, a harassment manifesto about 3 other White Forest websites. So White Nervosa cut Rose Wrist's website, said no more. Now, Rose Wrist owns his website, he just doesn't host it. So he didn't lose his website, he didn't lose his domain name, the website just stopped being hosted. And as a, we'll call it a prank, okay? I'm gonna be charitable here and we're gonna call it a prank, because I think that's a fair thing to call it. White Nervosa had, for I believe about 24 hours or so, Rose Wrist's domain, or his hosting redirected to Keffals. This was a little bit of a fuck you from White Nervosa to Rose Wrist for Rose Wrist participating in that harassment manifesto. Now, is that unprofessional? Yeah, it's a little unprofessional. Is it a crime? No. Is it a severely unprofessional act? No, it isn't. Again, Rose Wrist maintains full control over all of his IP. He remains full control over his domains. He could have actually stopped that redirect from happening immediately by simply going to his domain, his domain name service and just changing where it was pointing to. But he didn't. So for a day or two, as far as I know, I don't believe it went on much longer than that. There was a joke redirect from Rose Wrist's site, so from Rose Wrist's website to Keffals' front page, which again, Rose Wrist had not used his website in an extended period of time. So nobody was going to this website. Nobody except for a handful of people who got the joke even saw the redirect in the first place. But just keep in mind, this is how it is described by ChudLogic. The Rose Wrist situation, that they are willing to abuse whatever pathetic measure of power they have access to. For all of his crying and whining here, this is an example of, at worst, a prank. A little bit of a fuck you to somebody who screwed you and your friends over while taking advantage of your service that they were receiving for free. So I want you to understand that this entire time, as ChudLogic and DK Edits are trying to pretend that they're the based, take no prisoners, we don't cave to the lefties, we're so cool and based, they're actually just whining about nothing. They're crying about literally nothing, okay? Let's keep going. Let's keep going in this situation. I want to make sure we get through everything, okay? So here we go. Here's the next tweet in line, okay? So then we have, Irrational Chad, aka ChudLogic, literally don't care, you are a gay retard, to somebody else. It's a bit questionable employing someone who admits, yeah, so this is just nonsense here. This is just random, him doubling down on this, calling people these sorts of things, okay? But I want to look at this one. This is where it gets really serious, okay? Okay, so remember, it's ChudLogic is claiming that everybody else is a snowflake except for him. But I want you to take a look at this next thing from his editor, and
I could have told you fucking ChudLogic is a big snowflake. He's a pussy. He blocked one of my old accounts for fucking making fun of him for being a chud. Like, it wasn't even a big deal. Like, I made one fucking joke about him being a pussy, or about him being a chud, and got blocked. Wasn't even a really hard-hitting joke. I got one!
I want you to understand what's going on, because there is a lot that we're going to see here. Let me get them all queued up here so we can just take a look at these in rapid succession, okay? This is going to be a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of a change in pace from a bunch of like silly, lighthearted drama into some really fucking weird behavior. Okay, here we go. So let's go. DK editing. This is Drift King Edits. This is what I was telling you about. This is the guy. Okay. I will be taking a break soon. The whole trying to get my life back together thing. Luckily, this last roundabout was with a terrible person, but I haven't always been as fortunate. So I need to get that in check. Love and appreciate you. So this is just White Nervosa saying, hey, I'm taking a break from social media, and DK says attempt reincarnation. Everybody knows what that means, okay? Everybody knows what's being said there. Attempt reincarnation means kill yourself. That's what he's trying to say. He's making a kill yourself joke. And then it happens again. White Nervosa, I know you'll see this. You will never get your life back together. You will exist in this perpetual state of self-loathing and imposter syndrome for the rest of your miserable life. Your entire career is based off of stolen code. That's false, by the way. Like been debunked 1,000 times level false. This is like incredibly stupid to say, but let's continue. Your social circle is just as fragile. All of your friends and allies will eventually turn on you. A new, better chameleon will build a new, better websites for streamers. You will have nothing and you will be nothing. That hopelessness and guilty feeling you have deep down will never go away. It will gnaw at you every waking moment, just like it always had. The mistakes of your past will never leave you. The only solution is God. He is out there somewhere at the bottom of a...
The only solution is God? Dude, you're a fucking LARPing pussy. Shut the fuck up, DK Edits. DK Editing, Drift King Editing. You're a fucking loser. Look at all this bullshit.
4-story drop in the back room of a gun range at the end of a prescribed bottle. Go find him. This is just kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself over and over again.
Yeah, you see this shit. DK Editing is so upset with his own fucking life that he has to assume that everybody else... Look at this. Right-wing conservative, Catholic values, German extremist, proud turf, content creator, Nick Fuentes, please reach out.
3 or 4 times. Yeah. So, of course, now, let's keep everything in scope here. Remember that they were calling White Nervosa triggered and fragile, but this is what they get for a little bit of pushback on them making totally unprofessional and pretty disgusting jokes. So, it's just very wild to me that their entire gambit has been like, it's the lefties who are fragile.
Yeah, ChudLogic and DK Editing, why don't you take the advice that you've been giving to people? Make it it's a you problem. You can solve it with, what was that thing he said? It's a you problem, and the only solution is God, out there somewhere at the bottom of a 4-story drop, in the back room of a gun range, at the end of a prescribed bottle. Yeah.
It's pretty obvious who's mad here. You can see it. The anger and the maul is sort of like emanating off of the post. And here we go again. DK Editing, quoting, gay retards like this are why the leftoids get away with this shit. Annoying woke scold. They are trying to get me fired, remove my income, destroy my ability to...
Yeah, when you're a piece of shit. Is that Skipper? That's gotta be Skipper. I know that's Skipper. It is AU Skipper. White Nervosa is annoying woke scold, but nothing they've done warrants a psychopathic monologue of all the ways they could kill themselves. Partially true. I like White Nervosa. Okay? Skipper's aight. But I like White Nervosa.
Provide for my family. If it's me losing my income or them reincarnating, there he goes using it again, I choose the latter every time. Then he has like...
Maybe you should choose the former. Choose the former and work on your fucking self, you piece of shit.
Then he's randomly accusing people of crimes, etc., etc. And of course,
useless fucking bitch.
That's not even what happened. In fact, White Nervosa initially did not report anyone. White Nervosa actually said, hey, maybe you should tell your editor not to make jokes about an ongoing rape case. And this has been his response. So I just need to, I know I'm repeating myself here, but we got to keep this all in scope because the fragility is so loud, it's deafening. Also, yeah, notice that this is this right here. If it's me losing my income or them reincarnating, I choose the latter every time. This is actually a slight modification because he's not actually saying you should kill yourself here. He's actually saying he wants to kill you, which is a little bit of a different, it's a little bit of a different thing. And then here we go. So here's Xanderhall, based. Xander Hall says, ChudLogic's Nazi editor writing anime villain monologues about how he wants my friend to commit suicide. I have a feeling he's projecting this suicide thing, so my message to him is that he should stop procrastinating. Now, Xander Hall, ever the edgelord, you know, being all Shadow, you know, Shadow and Sonic suicide. I have a feeling he's
ChudLogic Nazi editor writing anime villain monologues about how he wants my friends to commit suicide. I have a feeling he's projecting the suicide thing, so my message.
Projecting the suicide thing, so my message to him is that he should stop procrastinating. Now, Xander Hall, ever the edgelord, you know, being all Shadow, you know, Shadow and Sonic sort of thing going on over here. Xander Hall comes out and fires right back with the exact same, we call this tone matching. You know, when somebody's like really freaking out on you and you respond by giving them exactly what they're giving you, that's called tone matching, okay? That's what our boy Xander Hall here was doing. And then I want you to see what the response here is. I'll do it if you do it, promise, though I doubt you could accomplish even a suicide without your meth addict ex-GF there to mother you through it. Unfortunately, she's probably too busy blowing her dealer behind your back to help anyway. First of all, terrible, terrible, terrible banter. This is not funny. Like, this is just not funny. Zan's was much funnier. This is just stupid. It's your ex-girlfriend. She's probably too busy blowing her dealer behind your back, but they're already broken up, so this doesn't even make any sense. And there's one other thing that makes this, there's one other thing that makes this extra funny here, which is that ChudLogic and DK published a video claiming that Xander Hall lied about the situation with his ex. Despite Xander Hall and Chud having basically a perfectly fine history, ChudLogic decided to side with
ChudLogic is a chud, and ChudLogic will choose the dumbest fucking positions on the planet because he's a fucking chud. He's dumb. He's a loser. There's no value to ChudLogic at the fuck all, except to laugh at him.
With Lonnie, for seemingly no conceivable reason outside of the clicks. And you can actually go and look at this video real quick. I can just show you what I'm talking about. Let me just show you here.
Why is it?
Oh, sorry about that. Also, here we go. Oh, damn, actually this is terrible. YouTuber Xander Hall exposed as blank by racist alt-writer. And then he stole the thumbnail. AIDS patient versus alt-writer. That's Xander Hall's thumbnailer joke. That's the racist versus pedo. Xander Hall and Xander Hall's team made that joke, and they just cribbed it while trying to like drama farm. Oh, that's so fucking pathetic. Anyway, let me just scroll down here and see if I can find the original video. Xander Hall bridge burnt. As you can see, he makes a lot of Xander Hall content. Oh, here's him saying that I lied about Shoe on Head, which is hilarious, given what we all know about Shoe on Head. What literally every person in this space watched Shoe on Head fucking lie through her goddamn teeth, and they're gonna accuse me of lying. It's literally just embarrassing crap. But let me just see if I can find that video that I was mentioning before. I think it's down here. Oh, damn, cool. Hey, sick, they used my title, Battle Queer. That's awesome. I am pretty awesome. But yeah, let's go down through here real quick. Lots of crap. Where's the Xander Hall video? Oh, here's me again. This was me and ChudLogic's. Look at that. Okay, I'll give him that one. ChudLogic is a N dash. Okay, that is funny. That's actually kind of funny. I'll give him that one. That one's good. That made me laugh. Especially because it's just literally not even close to anything I said. Oh my God, that's absolutely incredible. We should be getting here in just a minute. I just wanted to let you guys see for yourselves the like type of tier of content that we're dealing with here at this point. Let's find the Xander Hall thing now. Oops, here we go. He's a thief and a liar. Did Xander Hall steal money? And Xander Hall hater debunks my video. Actual pedophile. Here we have. Let's see. Where's the next one here? Yeah, Xander Hall lied. Xander Hall's weak allegation.
All right, stream. Give me a second.
Your opponents think they will win. Ha! Show them. Opponent revived. Only one ally is left. It is in their hands now. Next time, my friend. Next time. You lost. It does not matter. Learn from this fight and then fight again. Next time, you will win.
All right, sorry about that. Had my cousin calling me.
So yeah, as you can, oh, is my text, what the hell? Why'd that happen? Whoops, sorry about that. Anyway, here we have Xander Hall lied. Here's the Xander Hall allegations, confronting Xander Hall on his allegations against ex-girlfriend. This was really funny too, because in this conversation, Xander Hall proves that he wasn't making it up. Xander Hall like hardline busts Chud, that Chud was full of shit. And then of course, it doesn't matter because 2 days later, ChudLogic just publishes a video alleging that Xander Hall lied. So you can see how this is going. You can see where this shit is going here. All that I was trying to make the point of with this particular little side scroll here is that when DK says, unfortunately, she's probably too busy blowing her dealer, he accidentally contradicts his own narrative. Keep in mind that him and his channel have been trying to push the narrative that Xander Hall is a liar, and DK accidentally admits that they know that they're lying. It's really fucking funny. It's really fucking funny to me that that's the way that things have gone with this. So anyway, this brings us up to now. And today, White Nervosa has published a video titled, which I'm gonna show you right here, titled ChudLogic and the Art of the Cry Bully. We're gonna watch this and we're gonna react to this real quick. Let's do it. Let's see what White Nervosa has to say about ChudLogic and the Art of the Cry Bully. Let's do this. Okay, that's kind of funny. Content warning, slurs, self-harm, and Twitch reports. True!
Good try.
All right. So this is laying out the input, okay? So ChudLogic's editor made 14 tweets about the situation. ChudLogic made 13 tweets and recorded 138 minutes of content about this. As far as what people said, White Nervosa made 2 tweets about this situation. Xander Hall talked about it for a grand total of 12 minutes, and Vosh talked about it for 2 minutes. Just so that we are clear on this.
I tweeted about ChudLogic's editor making a rape joke. Immediately from his first tweet, he starts crying that I blocked him, ending with that I have the sensibilities of a gay retard leftoid. Someone asks if he thinks it's questionable employing someone who'd say what his editor did. He responds,
Apologies about the loud. I didn't know how loud it would be. Somebody's got a loud voice, all right?
Don't care. You're a gay retard.
I fixed it. I fixed the loudness.
You got all laid out.
I fixed the loudness. Don't bitch at me. I fixed the loudness. I fixed it.
I click 4 buttons and report him for gay retard. I was soon told that doesn't violate Twitch's off-platform rules, and included that in the same tweet, along with the rules that would lead to a ban. I then moved on, saying nothing else. Little did I know, there was a blizzard over at the Quarterings alt. His third tweet is crying more, saying I was making a concerted effort to deplatform them. The story is pretty short. Their fourth and fifth tweets are crying more. The sixth...
I want to clear up one little thing. I absolutely hate Teraba. It's so annoying.
tweet is trying to involve Vosh because someone in his chat posted the report email.
Another disgusting freak who feels it's appropriate to instigate mass reports using Vosh's chat. Oh, if anybody is wondering why he does this all the time, it's because Vosh gets him clicks. You guys need to understand that ChudLogic exists his entire career exists in one orbit. There is one orbit that encompasses the entirety of ChudLogic's entire career, and that orbit is obsessed with Vosh. So if you put Vosh's name on anything in that particular space, you're gonna get a lot of clicks. That's why he thought it was necessary to bring up Vosh's chat here, a random ass chatter.
To nobody's surprise, all reports got the same response that I included in my first tweet. The seventh tweet...
Any says, instigating mass reports. There were 17 people in VGG offline chat. Is this the voice from the bathroom song? Yes, it is. It seems like it is.
Again tries to involve Vosh and some other streamers struggling to find content because they were banned by a moderator. If you're wondering why, Chud's editor has also been busy in the background, but we'll get to that. The 10th tweet, yeah, we just have to skip a few, says that I encouraged others to report him. Ignoring that basic falsehood, the image here is his editor telling me that I should kill myself. The blizzard may make it hard to see, but you can spot him calling others fragile while he's in pieces. There's not much to say here because he needs to stretch 2 tweets, Zan's 12 minutes, and Vosh's offhand comment into an hour. Honey, you may not want to call others sensitive or fragile when a wind blowing in your direction causes your world to shatter. His reaction to Vosh being asked if he's seen any of Chud's editor's tweets that I should kill myself speaks for itself.
Or goes to commit suicide on Twitter. Yeah, he just seems like insane.
Wait, hang on a minute. Wait. There's a bit more than that though. Listen, I know that people don't like that, and that's fine.
I wonder why people might not like that.
By the way, you'll notice here, God, Xanderhall is such a pathetic little
It's actually super funny to me how Xanderhall is able to get under so many people's skins. It's really funny too. Like,
Cause Zan's just a funny dude. Like, he used to be really chuddy. I mean, he had that one gaffe with the Lauren Southern debate. Not the best thing for him to have done, but come on.
I don't know. It's just so common to see people get insanely triggered by Xanderhall out bantering them. Oh man, what a refreshing thing to see.
Okay, no. They are of Osiris. A joke.
and a gay retard. So, I didn't actually call them that. Sorry, what's the bigotry there exactly?
I'm gonna get
Whoopsies! Oops. All right, so obviously that was a pretty straightforward and solid video in my opinion. I see a lot of people in chat saying, damn, I used to like ChudLogic. What the fuck happened? I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm very open about my former friendship and also the fact that I really liked ChudLogic's content. I unironically find his show completely unwatchable these days. It's funny too because ChudLogic is like had talent. He's actually a very talented comedian. He's very funny and very witty. But if you've noticed, more and more, his channel is becoming basically about cleaning up shits that DK edits leaves on the floor. Isn't that pathetic? Isn't it terrible to find yourself in a position where you're basically running around on the internet trying to tidy up after your extremely unhinged editor who's burned your own community on multiple...
I like how nobody's even mentioned his Twitter description. Like,
30 seconds left. The zone is your safety, Guardian. You will not last long inside. Only one ally is left. Then,
Just go, Joy Boy. Let's go, please. Aw. Good try. Yeah, nobody's gonna bring up his Twitter thing about being, you know, a far-right German extremist.
Occasions, is like just leaving shits on the ground. Do you think it's making money? I wonder. I really wonder. We should check and see how the newest video is doing. Maybe we should see if it's like super. Maybe he's getting mega clicks on this. I shouldn't speak first. I should check first. Let's find out. Let's find out how that new video is doing.
Why is it?
So let's take a look. So Xander Hall exposed as blank by racist did 1.7K views in 3 hours. 8.3K views in 3 days. Oh, here's one with Vosh on the cover and why he's leaving the left, and he managed to get a whopping 13K. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting. All of that clickbait, all of that drama farming, and you're not even getting better views than I do. I'm a smaller channel, and my views are the same as that, and I don't do this type of clickbait at all. So what is the gain, really? Are you really making any money? Does he just work for you for free? Is DK like a slave under your desk? Does he like lick your feet and stuff like that? What is it that's like makes it worth keeping this guy on? It's sad. Yeah, it's fucking sad. It's like, it's just, I don't know. It's especially sad because, like I said, I used to respect ChudLogic a lot. I used to think he was very funny, and I always thought that he did a pretty good job of like not getting lost in the sauce. And when I say getting lost in the sauce, okay, so there's this term online that's called an A-log. Have you ever heard of it? Have you ever heard of the term A-log? An A-log is somebody, it refers to a specific user who used to obsessively chronicle the actions of CWC, Chris Chan, as they are often known as. And A-log became so obsessed with Chris Chan that that they actually became a lolcow of their own. That people would actually basically treat A-log as the person being farmed instead of Chris Chan. So A-log was so obsessed with the drama, so obsessed with basically memeing on this lolcow that he became a lolcow himself, arguably almost as big of a lolcow as Chris Chan. Obviously, it's kind of hard to reach that level because Chris Chan is like the OG lolcow target. And I can't help but feel like this is kind of what's happening to ChudLogic. Don't you kind of feel that way? Don't you feel that, like, I don't know, like, look at this, I don't know, like, you look at this content and it's just like, it's like ambulance chasing, but for low hanging drama. Like, is any of this like doing? Ethan Klein throws Andrew Callahan under the bus. Worst friend ever. Holy shit, bro! Wait, I didn't even see this one before. We just went through all of that. For those of you who are watching this video in the future, we just did an entire 3-hour segment going through all of the allegations. Making a thumbnail and a video title like this after we went through all of that is just, oh my God. Yeah, I really do think that's what's happening here. I think that ChudLogic had some comedic talent and wit, and he's completely become lost in the sauce. Like, just totally lost in the sauce. Holy fuck. It could be clickbait? Yeah, maybe, but maybe. But listen, let me just say, I'm not exactly inclined at this point to give charitability to his editor who tells people to kill themselves online all the time, his editor who is obsessed with me and has obsessively tweeted about me on multiple occasions, and also who threatened ChudLogic's own mod team and the entire innocent base of ChudLogic's server with having their information leaked to a doxing farm. It's pretty interesting. You know, I don't really feel like I need to be particularly charitable to somebody who behaves like that. Yeah, and also, of course, he calls me a liar all the time with no evidence and jumps on board with the most heinous dog piles you can imagine. But yeah, so apparently he's like doing this like I'm trying to leave the left kind of nonsense, which I'm sure is just a big stupid fraud because nothing that he says seems to mean anything anymore, which is it's a pitiable position, honestly. It's like watching a washout happen in real time. It's like you get to watch someone just, I don't know, become less than they were, lose their talents, sell out to like a degree that like most people can't even imagine. For what? For what? I don't know, man. Yeah, so Lucy says I don't believe that ChudLogic is a left-leaning person. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's an anything person. I think he goes where he perceives the drama to go, and I think that he's bad at that. Like, I don't even think he realizes that he's circling a drain. Like, it's one of those things where it's actually kind of tragic to watch because it's like it seems like he really believes he's doing the right thing. When I look at these videos and these dramatic thumbnails that honestly don't look very good, I don't think DK is a very good thumbnailer. Like just on a pure like analysis level, like these are just very, very messy. You put like tiny Twitter text on there with the soy faces. Sure, the soy facing is always funny. Everybody likes a soy face, but like what the hell? Like you can't read any of this. There's a fuckload of text all over the place. There's just sort of nonsense noise on almost all of these. You can't really learn anything from any of the stuff. Like you know, they're very anti-SJW. Yeah, it's really funny. Like, I mean, hell, you guys have seen my thumbnails, right? You guys have seen my thumbnails. My thumbnails are fucking poggers. You guys want to see the fucking thumbnails? Let me show you some. I mean, fuck, I've shown you guys some of my awesome thumbnails, but you guys saw my recent one that's just sick as fuck. The Dungeons and Dragons one was sick as fuck. See, we put some actual work into it. Like, I mean, hell, you want to tell me? Let's just compare these side by side real quick, you know? Let's take a look. You know, not to be a giant bitch, but hey, this guy isn't exactly, you know, not ChudLogic, but is his editor. Like, take a look.
Yeah, doing thumbnails is actually really hard, so I don't bother. I don't have an editor. I just do all of this by myself. It's just me.
Look, hold on. Let me just put these up for you real quick. Look at that. Damn. My thumbnail, this is the one pre-text with the text on it says Tyranny of the Wizards. What a sick-ass looking thumbnail. And compare it to, like, this mess. Like, here we go. Here. We'll shrink it down to size, okay? We'll shrink it down to size. All right? And this one is with no text on it at first. Just compared to this messy bullshit. Like any of them. I don't know. All I'm saying is it really worth it? Is it worth it to clean up someone's sludgy diarrhea that they're leaving all over the internet for what? So you get like shit tier thumbnails from some weird racist? It's funny. I know that there are a lot of people out there who used to watch ChudLogic who basically sit there and just scratch their head. And I wish I could tell you a good answer. I don't know what the answer is. All I know is that it's fucking sad to behold. Yeah. So.
It really is. Okay. So we're not gonna finish this out. We're gonna go right here. And I'll talk about this one more in depth later because I want to actually put some analysis behind it. I'm not like, you know, I ain't the smartest guy in the world, but I got some ideas. I got some thoughts.
One minute left, my friend. Only one enemy is left.
Oh, I took the shot. I thought I got him, but it... Yeah, because this one is Jeremy Corbyn being just, nope. Dumb.
Your team has the lead.
Dumb.
Hold tight. Only one enemy is left. Your ally is back in the fight. One minute left, my friend. Good. Your enemy is done.
Yay, we did it. Oh, there's 1v3 now? Take advantage of it. Let's go.
Keep this up. Your team tore through them like wild animals. The round is yours.
I ain't about to just, I'm not going to teabag them. I'm not going to try and make them leave.
Your
If they
team
want to
won.
leave, then they can.
Nothing less. Good. Only their ghosts remain. Okay, bring them back and let's do it again.
Doing great. We're doing great, everybody.
Show your strength.
Oh. Hey!
Only one ally is left. It is in their hands now.
Lucy, please, Lucy, no, please. Thank you.
Your ally is back on
Holy
fire.
jeez, that was gonna be bad.
Celebrate.
Yay! I had 3 wins on. Yeah, I had 3 wins on a card, and then I reset, and now I've got. Yep. That's all I needed. Now, to be fair, I've already watched this, and Corbyn is just absolutely wrong and pretty dumb here. I'm not gonna lie. He just says some idiotic shit.
Jeremy Corbyn, what about the war in Ukraine? What about those pushing for negotiation, for diplomacy, often criticized for being Russian puppets, yet deeply concerned about this, what could be a global conflagration, or even what's happening just alone to the Ukrainians? You have 1,000 religious leaders in the United States calling for a ceasefire. Bishop Barber, we played a portion of his speech where he said the war is immoral, it is illegal. He fiercely criticized Putin, but said negotiation has to be the way. Your response?
I welcome the call by 1,000 religious leaders and many, many other people. And I've had a number of very interesting discussions all around Washington yesterday on the possibilities of promoting the idea of a internationally organized ceasefire and negotiations. I absolutely and totally condemn the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the brutality that goes with it. And the destruction of life in the Ukraine, the loss of lives of conscripted Russian soldiers is awful and appalling. This war could drag on and on and on. More and more arms could be thrown into the conflict, more and more people would die, and you'd end up with destruction all around. Surely to goodness, here we are in the 21st century, watching in real time a conflict going on. Can we not do better than that? Call a halt to the conflict, have negotiations, and agree on a viable future. If Russia and the Ukraine can negotiate, albeit under the auspices in that occasion of Turkey, to ensure that grain supplies flowed out of Russia and the Ukraine through the Black Sea, which are very important.
Something to keep note. Something to keep note of. Calling Ukraine the Ukraine is the Russian line, because they just view Ukraine as a territory that they should control. And people who use the Ukraine to refer to the country of Ukraine are generally Russian apologists, people who think that Russia is fighting a defensive war or claim to. Nobody actually believes this without some serious brain damage. And here he is, just using the Russian line.
To feed people in the Middle East and North Africa, then they can come together on lots of other issues itself. And so can we stop having armchair generals in all of our studios discussing how this could happen, that could happen, this could go on and that could go on, and this could be destroyed. Instead, raise the voice for peace and raise the voice for hopes and justice. I support the Russian peace campaigners. I support the religious leaders that are calling.
The Russian peace campaigners, huh? What about the people in Ukraine who don't want to cede any territory to Russia, who don't want Russia to be in their country killing them? All of this stuff. What about them, Jeremy? What about the people who are actually being invaded by the fascists? I listened to this before, and like I said, I didn't hear anything good from him. in this.
For a more rational process, and I call upon the leaders of the countries that are closely involved in this to heed those calls and find a way out of it. All wars end with some kind of peace conference. Let's jump to that stage.
I also want to quickly ask you about Brazil. You were there when Luis Inácio.
Okay. I'm going to kind of summarize a little bit of what he's saying here. He's saying that both countries, Ukraine and Russia, need to come to the table for a peace conference so that they can negotiate the peace deal, and maybe Russia just gets a little bit of what it wants because, you kind of give them a little something so that it doesn't become the end of the world. No. Here's the deal. Okay? Russia is the aggressor. Because they aggressed, that right there takes anything they're asking for off of the table. The only thing they need to do for peace is to get the fuck out of Ukraine and never send a military into that country aggressively again. Just stay the fuck out of it. Get out of Ukraine, stay out of Ukraine. That's how you get peace. Ukraine doesn't want to go invade Russia. Nobody is stupid enough to do a ground invasion of Russia. There's no way they would occupy it. It's too fucking cold. Like, Jesus Christ. No. So, Corbyn's solution here is essentially give a little bit to Putin to appease him, and maybe he'll deal with the peace talks. And my solution is, no, fuck that. They were the aggressors. You don't just give the aggressors some concessions, especially after they're getting their ass kicked.
Inácio Lula da Silva defeated Jair Bolsonaro observing the election. Earlier this week, Brazil's prosecutor general charged 39 Bolsonaro supporters in connection with the January 8th attack on the Brazilian Supreme Court, Congress, Presidential Palace, and the capital, Brasilia. They're charged with staging a coup and other crimes. The Brazilian president, Lula, condemned the attempt to overthrow his government by what he called fanatical fascists. This is what he said.
All those people who did this will be found and punished. They will realize that democracy guarantees the right to freedom and free speech, but it also demands that people respect the institutions created to strengthen democracy. And these people, these vandals, what could we say? They're fanatical Nazis, fanatical fascists. They did what has never been done in this country.
Your response, Jeremy Corbyn, to what happened in Brazil, the significance right up through, that was January 8th, January 6th, what happened in the United States, the insurrection.
I was shocked and appalled when I saw the news coming through that straight after President Lula da Silva had been inaugurated as president, the Bolsonaro supporters tried to invade the presidential offices and federal government offices and try and stage a coup against an elected president. The response of the majority of people in Brazil was to condemn it, and hundreds of thousands of people immediately went on demonstrations in support of President Lula. We had a whiff of that on election day itself. I was in Sao Paulo, and we were watching the electoral process there, and within the city of Sao Paulo it was fine, but we were hearing reports from the rural areas and other parts of Brazil, particularly the northeast, which is a very strongly Lula-supporting area, that there were attempts to prevent people getting to the polling stations, to impede their progress, and we were very well aware of the
See, Corbyn's pretty decent at some domestic shit, but when it comes to foreign policy stuff, yeah, like domestic, he's decent. Foreign policy stuff, he's obviously just trash. I don't even want to listen to the man anymore. We're going to get right back into the trials. I don't actually have 7 wins on my ticket. It's not really where I'm looking for a specific kind of thing. Ooh, drip. That looks good. Boom. See, the thing this isn't working on is the pants. I need to find a different ornament for these. That's close. Just don't want the green. I want it to be pink. Like the drippiest villain in all of One Piece. Doflamingo. Boom. Boom.
Trials of Osiris.
Flamingo, not the one to tangle with. Because he is drippy, you know. Doflamingo be drippy.
Bring your light to bear, Guardian. Outshine the opposition.
So here I am, just being a dumbass, running around, playing trials. Fuck me.
Only one enemy is left.
Drop it the link.
1 minute left, my friend.
Oh, we did it! Oh, we did it!
Do it again.
Kind of forget I got a fucking sniper and I don't need to rush them. I do like jazz. Jazz is a good musical art form with a lot of things that you can learn, like how to play the wrong notes.
Left, my friend. You stand alone. Do not give up. Just the two of you now. Fight. Fight.
Did you see me?
There is no one left.
I did it! Oh my god! I 2V'd!
Your team has the lead. Hold tight.
In trials, I normally just get obliterated. This is one of the greatest days of my life. That was an amazing, that was just an amazing one.
Left, my friend. You are all that's left. This is your fight to win.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that one.
This one was for your end. Next time, my friend.
Kind of need my, my team to do the thing.
Your team leads. I expected nothing less.
Nobody gets it.
is left.
Thank you, Supernatural. Can you get the last one?
Enemy is left. 30 seconds left. The round is yours. Go. Fight. Your ally is back in the fight.
All right, we are doing this.
Your team has the lead. Hold tight to it.
Fuck. Wasn't gonna clutch that one out. I was kind of surrounded.
The opposing team is trailed.
Do 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 do. Got one, got one, got one. Go, 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 go.
Opponent revived. 1 minute left, my friend. Only one ally is left.
Damn it. I got one and you failed to follow up, team. Y'all, do you see this? Do you see this? They're failing to follow up with it.
Who lost this round? Does not matter. Who wins the next one?
So bad. We might lose this game because my team will not follow up with me.
Time to break the tie. I cannot wait. This is a battle in need of an end. See it through.
Come pick me up, 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 pick me up. Fucking super!
Only one enemy is
Oh,
You are back in the fight.
brutal. Done. Never mind.
You have done. There is no one left.
Never mind.
Match point. Your team stands tall. Finish strong.
That was bad.
Only one ally is left. Is it there?
Why?
Opponent took the round. Takes the next.
You see how drippy this guy is? Look at that. Look
Tied
at that.
match point. This is it.
The
Show
drip.
me. Left, my friend. You are the last. Make them run. Next time.
They just fucking ruined that entire match. We had that. But they ruined it. I played phenomenally, as you could tell. yeah, no, I actually didn't do that great, I don't think. I mean, I put in damage and shit. I was doing alright. It says I'm bottom of the board because I died a couple of times, you know. But hey, I was putting in damage. I was doing my healing thing. I was being a team player. They just never followed up with it. What are you gonna do? Get really good at warlock movement. That's what I need to do.
Gorosei said that Marco is comparable to the Yonko. This is one of those things that everybody almost got it wrong. When Cheech was about to start his movement to become a Yonko, Gorosei said the only people who can stop him at this point are either the Yonko or perhaps Marco. And a lot of people said, well, in the eyes of Gorosei, Marco is comparable to the Yonko. Well, no. At that point, Gorosei were talking about the political power to stop Teach. Marco wasn't...
Marco's really strong.
I believe in you, Guardian.
Yeah, ranking One Piece characters: Drip, Doflamingo, Rob Lucci. Drippy.
Only one ally is left. It is in their hands.
Oh no, we lost a round. Oh no. Oh, they're a fucking fire team.
Opponent revived.
Let me guess, we're not. Nope. Randos versus fire team. Yeah, we lose. That's fine. We've been doing some work over here.
You are all that's left. This is your fight to win.
What?
The next round will be yours. Show them. This score tells only half the story. You tell me that.
They just one-shot me with the bow?
Your ally is back in the fight. Only one ally is left. It is in their hands now. 1 minute left, my friend. The next round will be yours.
Lucy, please. We were in a match together earlier and you were just as bad. Please, Lucy. Please.
You are behind.
Please.
You can still win. Only one ally is left. The next round will be yours. Show them.
It's okay. I knew we were just gonna get absolutely annihilated, though.
Your
Oh, Lucy dealt the
opponent
most damage that time. I don't know how, but...
show them. Only one enemy is left. Opponent revived. 1 minute left, my friend. Only one enemy is left. Your enemies are down. Your ally is back in the fight.
We just gotta get a pick. That's it. We just gotta get a pick.
Match point. I have seen you come back from worse. This is easy.
You know... Outside to the left.
Only one enemy is left. You are back in the fight. 1 minute left, my friend. Only one ally is left.
Thank you.
Opponent's crushed. Do it again.
They were kind of pushing, you know.
Match point. Guardians make their name at the brink of defeat. Make yours now. One minute left, my friend. You are the last. Make them run. Next time, my
Hey, we
friend.
took 2 rounds, and I'm cool with that. All right. I think that I might do... Nah, I'm probably not going to do another game right now. Is there anything I'm missing out on? I already covered the Jeremy Corbyn segment while playing Trials. I did the Demon Mamo talking about ChudLogic segment. ChudLogic's a fucking chud loser beta. Yeah, I think we got it all. Yeah. Sweet. Thank you all for tuning in. That's gonna wrap it up for me here. I can quickly go over the build that I was using so that you can see. I've actually been taking the detriments. I get the Radiant Powered Melee, lose Discipline, get the Ember of Tempering, so you get increased recovery, and weapons have increased airborne effectiveness after a solar weapon kill. But you lose 10 recovery, but this also stacks 10 times, or 3 times, so you get 20 AE per stack, and then like fat amounts of recovery. You get Ember of Benevolence, so whenever you apply Restoration, Cure, or Radiant to allies, you get increased grenade melee and class ability regen. And then Ember of Ashes, just more scorch stacks. Could go with this, but I don't wanna. Actually, yes I do. But that's what I'm running. I've got the Empowering Rift, I've got my Thorn, I've got my Mind Benders, I've got my Necrotic Grips. I've been using this combo for, well, since before Walla put out the video that he put out. Okay, just keep that in mind. I've also been using Osmiomancy build with my Stasis setup, where I get the Whisper Conduction, then I pick up, I get more melee energy from the shards and more super energy from defeating frozen targets, and then the Hedrons is kind of a must on Stasis. This thing is so strong. Just fat stat boost, and then you get, all that. And your stats aren't the best. This isn't even the right armor and stuff, but yeah. This solar build is really fun. I've done the same thing for my Voidwalker, and I'm working on doing the same thing for my Stormcaller. I'll keep you updated. I might even be on in a couple of hours to stream more, but right now I've got other things that I need to take care of. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Take care. Have a great day. And